She was not a ruler. She did not lead an army, and history almost forgot her name. But on one of the most dangerous nights in Islam, a young woman carried the secret of the Hijrah. Her name was Asma bint Abu Bakr, and without her courage, the journey from Makkah to Medina may have been remembered very differently. In the deserts of ancient Arabia, where empires rose and tribes fought endlessly for honor, a young woman quietly became part of one of the greatest moments in Islamic history. Her name was Asma bint Abu Bakr. History remembers warriors. It remembers kings. It remembers great battles. But sometimes, the future of entire civilizations depends on a single act of courage hidden in the darkness. Asma was born in Makkah into the noble tribe of Quraysh. She was the daughter of Abu Bakr al-Siddiq, the closest companion of Prophet Muhammad. From an early age, she witnessed the rise of Islam inside a city filled with tension, fear, and hostility toward the new faith. The Muslims were weak, persecuted, watched constantly by Quraysh. Yet despite the danger, Asma accepted Islam with faith and conviction. But history would test her in a way few could imagine. The year was the beginning of the Hijrah, the migration from Makkah to Medina. Quraysh had decided to stop Prophet Muhammad at any cost. The city had become dangerous. Every road was watched. Every movement was suspected. And hidden among the mountains near Makkah, inside the cave of Thor, the Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakr were in hiding. Very few people knew where they were. One of them was Asma bint Abu Bakr. Every night, under the cover of darkness, she carried food and water across dangerous desert paths. No guards, no protection, no certainty that she would return safely. If Quraysh discovered her secret, the consequences would have been severe. But she continued. One night, while preparing provisions, Asma realized there was no rope to tie the food container. So she tore her waistband into two pieces. One piece secured the food. The other remained around her waist. From that day, she became known as Dhat al-Nitaqayn, the woman of the two waistbands. It was not a title earned on a battlefield. It was earned through sacrifice, through loyalty, through courage, through faith. And perhaps that is what made it so powerful. But Asma's story did not end with the Hijrah. She later married al-Zubair ibn al-Awwam, one of the great companions of Islam. Life was difficult. There was poverty, hardship, long days of work and sacrifice. Yet Asma remained patient. She carried responsibility with dignity, and she raised one of the most famous men of his generation, Abdullah ibn al-Zubair. Years passed. Empires changed. Wars came and went, and Asma grew old. But age did not weaken her spirit. When political conflict surrounded her son Abdullah ibn al-Zubair, many people feared speaking the truth. But Asma did not fear power. Even in old age, she stood firm with wisdom and courage. She reminded her son that dignity was more valuable than surrendering to injustice. And history remembered her words. By the end of her life, Asma had witnessed the rise of Islam, the migration, the struggles, and the transformation of Arabia forever. She lived for nearly a century. And long after her death, her story still survives. Not because she ruled an empire, not because she commanded armies, but because when history demanded courage, she answered without hesitation. Asma bint Abu Bakr, the woman who carried the secret of the Hijrah, and became one of the greatest women in Islamic history.